Abraham, trying to continue his bloodline for the sake of posterity, he took Lot with him. We know the story. He took Lot with him when the Lord said, leave the place that you are in. Go to a place that I will show you. Right? So he took Lot because he wanted to continue the bloodline. In order for the Lord to do some things, to do what his intended purpose was for Abraham, Lot had to be removed. This came through a willful separation on Abraham's part. Okay? All right. So we get it. He was trying to bring about something on his own willpower, his own ability, all of that. Well, we don't consider, because he was trying to bring from his past, taking something from his past to produce for him in his future, right? We don't consider that Sarah did the same thing. Sarah was placed in the harem because Abraham was afraid that the king would kill him in order to take Sarah. Okay? The king wanted to produce also, for posterity's sake, a bloodline from many women who were from many different men. He collected beautiful women to produce babies for him. The thing was, he wanted male children. So what happened to the children? What happened to the little girls? They became a part of those that tended to the women who were in the harem. Some of them did. Okay? So anyway, when the king realized after several months, because it took months to realize that Sarah's cycle wasn't on. Okay? So he slept with them during the time that they were ovulating. Okay? So he realized, so God shut up everything. He dried up everything for Sarah's sake. In the other women, he just dried it up. Got the king's attention. But anyway, when he realized what was going on, he sent Abraham away. He sent Sarah, and he allowed the one, which was one of his daughters, who tended to Sarah in her captivity. She was in bondage. She wasn't free to come and go as she pleased. Go with her. Sign a good faith. They'll appease you. Take her with you. All right. They're gone from that place. Far from that place. Sarah has an idea one day looking at Hagar. It's like, wait a minute. Her dad might have been on to something. He has a whole harem of women waiting to produce. So this was normal to Hagar. This was common to Hagar. But it also let us know that Hagar was dismissed before. That's a whole nother thing we can look at as to why she even agreed. But anyway, this was normal to her. Okay? So this is what her daddy did. So when Sarah said, hey, he was on to something. I can use Hagar, just like her daddy was going to use me, to produce children for me. I want to give my husband a male child. So it shows us that there are times that we'll go through seasons that were horrific, that were full of fear for us. No joy, no peace, depression, anxiety, and all of those things. Come out of them and then try to come up with an idea based on that place. And I'm noticing that as women, God is bringing us into places of influence, prominent places, bringing us into our rightful place of authority. Many women are taking and saying, this is my story, and taking pieces or even founding something in their present on that traumatic place. This is what Sarah did. Hey, that was a good idea. Let me take that and try to produce. You cannot produce something that's promised out of that place. You can't. You can't do that. If God promised something, it's not going to be produced by an idea that you got from that last place that you were in, whether mentally, emotionally, psychologically, even physically. What God is going to produce, the promise that he's going to bring forth, is based and founded on the new place that you are in with him. So my prayer is that you don't try to take pieces of those places to produce what was and what is promised.